We're back, and we've got something kind of neat here. It's from a brand called Ryshe Pro. We've actually seen this brand before, so nice to see them still around. A lot of these brands do kind of sometimes run fly-by-night, but not in this case. This is looks like a very large 960 card. It says just deck box, but there's actually several deck boxes in this thing, from what I understand. It says here 4 separate removable card deck boxes with commander display window and separate lid. One big separate removable dice tray for your counters and dice. A separate big lid can be used as a playmat. Designed to hold 4 card deck boxes, or so. Sorry, 4 card decks, 960 plus unsleeved TCG cards. It says powerful magnets, textured waterproof fox leather. That's the PU leather. Premium soft microfiber lining. So yeah, we're going to take a look at this. We're going to see if it's actually worth your money. This was sent over to me for free, so I just want to go ahead and disclose that. This is the first time I'm opening this thing, and ooh, look at that. It's all nice. Got a nice little branding there. It's even got the plastic still on it. So let's pull this sucker out. I'm going to save this box. This box is actually pretty nice. Alright, so let's have a look here. Okay, let me turn this thing over. Oh, look at that. Actually looks nice, man. Look at that. You've got your red and gray over here. You've got your blue and purple over here. Alright, so let's go ahead and keep pulling this off. There we go. Alright, looking pretty good so far. Yeah, it looks like the build quality is pretty top-notch. Looks real nice and clean. That plastic did its job. You can see the PU leather feels pretty nice. I'm looking at the stitching right here as well. And let's see, we got a little bit of a double stitch right there on the side, but we're going to take a look at these deck boxes individually. It's got that nice little branding, and it is kind of embossed and a little pressed into the lid there. So pretty nice. Alright, let's go ahead and open this sucker up. There is a little bit of a piece of paper here that we need to get rid of. Some tissue paper. And yep, that lid does come all the way off from the looks of it. Let's see, let me turn this thing here. There we go. Got a little something stuck right here. It comes right off. Okay, more tissue paper. I do want to check the magnets here real quick. Yeah, just holding on here, these are actually pretty weak. How many magnets do we have here? So we've got 1, 2... Looks like 3 there, and that matches up with 3 that are on the side here. Do we have any here on the flaps? Nope. Oh, there's just the... Yep, looks like we have just 3. Okay, so 3 magnets here, which kind of line up with magnets there on the deck box. So they don't feel particularly strong, but you may not necessarily need them super strong like this. I do like the layout, how you've got your deck boxes here, and then you've got your giant dice tray here in the center. And these should come right out. Do these actually hold on via magnet? They do. Okay, so it looks like we do have, yeah, in fact, you can see it right there, 1, 2, 3. It looks like each of these is going to have 3 magnets that correspond with a spot here. In fact, you can see them here too, 1, 2, 3. So each deck box is held on with a total of 6 magnets. So that's actually pretty nice. Let me pull each of these out, just like this. And let me see, is this, the dice tray, I wonder if that's actually held in. Yeah, it looks like all of these deck boxes do have the 6 total magnets. This does not actually have anything. Yeah, there are no magnets for the bottom here that match up with this dice tray. It does have it here on the side, as you can see. So it does have some magnets there. In fact, again, you can see it right there. Kind of sticks out. So there are some magnets there that are holding on. Now, it says that this folds out and you could use it as a playmat. That's a bit of a stretch, but I guess in a pinch you could. But I guess, like I said, if you don't really have anything else, I guess you could use this. Let me pull this over here. I don't see any sort of bubbling, so that's pretty nice. All right, and yeah, the overall build quality does actually look pretty darn good here on this lid. And again, it's got that soft microfiber inner lining there. So this actually looks pretty good. And let's take a quick look at these deck boxes. Now, from what I understand, these things come all the way off. How many magnets do we have holding this? Okay, so this one flap does have a total of 6 magnets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I believe that's on each side. Is that right? Yep. So it looks like you've got 6 magnets on each side of the deck box there. So this thing is really just dressed up in magnets here. We can actually take this whole thing off. And again, the build quality looks pretty solid there. We do have a branded divider. It looks like you only get one, but you do have a branded divider there. And these are top loaders? Yeah, okay. So these are just regular old top loaders from what I can see. They do have that little film on top of them that you would peel off so that you could see it a little bit clearer there. I do feel it here. I don't really want to peel it though, but as far as how it feels very much just like a regular old top loader. Yeah, nothing too crazy about it. Just a regular old top loader. And does it just kind of spill out? It does. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't really hug it very much. It does just spill right out. A little unfortunate, but you know, I guess you gotta sacrifice a few things here. And of course, you've got your two little lips here. Let me grab my commander deck box, and we're gonna check and see if these capacities are up to snuff. Now, of course, if this is designed for commanders, I mean, you've got a commander window here, should be able to house a commander deck box and maybe some tokens. And yeah, that's 100 single-sleeved cards right there, and we've got plenty of room. Let me grab my other deck box. So that's 100 cards right there. Let me grab another 30 from our spare deck. Let me see, can we get another 30 in here? Oh yeah, look at that. 130 single-sleeved cards fit into each of these from the looks of it, because all of these are supposed to be exactly the same, just the different colors. But yeah, there you go. 130 single-sleeved cards, and you could technically fit a few more in there. You could probably fit at least another 5 in there, so I'm going to say 135? Yeah, I'm going to say 135. That's actually really, really good. That's excellent capacity there. Of course, let me pull this out. And we're going to test the magnets real quick and see if they hold up to scrutiny, or at least, you know, do pretty well there. And I imagine that they will, because you've got a total, again, you got 6 magnets on each side. So it should hold up pretty well. I'm just going to put just the 100 in there. Move this out of the way. Let's put the flap back on. Just like so. Okay, and the flaps are all nice and long. They do go all the way down to the bottom. Let's see. Some light shaking. Yeah, it's holding up pretty well to moderate shaking, too. Completely upside down. Wow, this thing is really holding up. Yeah, it's not even shifting. Let me do some harder shaking. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it starts to fail. Yeah, it's some really, really rough shaking. It did eventually fail. But again, light to moderate shaking is really all you can expect, and it held up to that just fine. So, yeah, the magnets are good. Let me set this aside here. And again, just, I'm pretty sure if you're a commander player, you already know how this works. Just take your commander, stick it right in there, and just slide it into place. And there you go. There's your commander. Or at least this way you could identify what deck it is. So, yeah. So that actually all works out pretty well. And I was hoping that we would have gotten, two dividers in here. Now, as far as the divider itself, it does feel, is this a 0.5? It feels like a 0.5. I'm looking for my micrometer, and I can't locate it. I moved a bunch of stuff here, and I can't locate it, so that is unfortunate. But this does feel like a 0.5, maybe a 0.6. But, I mean, again, you know, as we've done with most dividers, it's just a regular old divider. Kind of hard to mess that up. Same thing with the top loader, hard to mess that up there. We'll go through the rest of these real quick, just to give them a quick once-over. Yeah, magnets feel the same there, and again, we've got the divider branded. And again, top loader just slides right out. Yep, comes all off. Now, of course, if you really wanted to, you could take the different colors and just completely mix them up. Could take that and then be like, oh, let's put the gray cover on the purple, and you can mix your colors like that, I guess, if you wanted to. It doesn't look so clean, but I guess you could do that if you wanted. All right, we'll set you aside. Let's break out the blue and the red one here. And again, just a quick once-over. Yeah, magnets feel the same. Let's see. Yep, same branded divider, similar top loader. And again, the build quality it just looks good. I mean, this, from what I remember, I don't remember the exact price of this particular item, but I know it's not cheap. Oh, Oh, that blue is very different. Okay. That's interesting. Hold on, I gotta see this. What is the difference between the red? Okay, so the red is a slightly different red, so I'll give it that. But it's at least sort of close to the red. I mean, it is definitely a different shade of red there. This is more like kind of your traditional red, and this is more like a sort of like a crimson sort of red to me. This is a very kind of royal blue, and this is more like a seafoam. So that's a very different color. Interesting, but again, same thing. Yeah, top loader, build quality looks pretty good. I actually am not seeing very many issues at all as far as build quality with these. Sometimes you'll get where this little top section here, where the commander window is, will start to bend in. And sometimes I'll get these and they'll already be bent in and kind of damaged when I receive them. And that's unfortunate when that happens, but I'm not seeing that here. I am seeing a little bit of excess glue right here, like a little glue spot right there. But that's not a huge deal. All right, so we'll set you aside. Let's go ahead and break out the dice tray now. We'll take a quick look at that, and then we'll put this thing all back together. All right, so this is in the gray color scheme, so it does match up with at least one of the deck boxes. And let's see, I believe there's probably going to be just one magnet on either side of this. Yeah, well, actually two magnets technically, because you got one on the flap, and then you got one on the box itself. Yeah. So this should come all the way off. Oh, look at that. We got two separations. I thought it was just going to be one giant tray, but no. You actually do have a little separator there. So you can dump all your dice in there. And it is pretty deep, as you can see. So, yeah, it should be able to house those larger style spin-down counters that you get in the bundles. So it is deep enough to accommodate those, which is really nice. And again, build quality looks excellent. Let's see any bubbling here. Nope, no bubbling. Yeah, it looks pretty darn good there. All right, so let's get this thing back over here. And let's put it all back together. I'm going to move you over there for a second, and let's go ahead and start lining this up here. So again, this goes in the center, and yep. It looks like it doesn't really matter how you flip it, whether this way or that way. It doesn't really matter. Let's put our deck boxes back in here. And again, you're going to put these commander windows out, or facing out to the world. Okay, make sure those are lined up. This one as well, and this one. And let's slide this right in here. Of course, you could put this in first. Ooh, wow, that is that's a bit of a tight fit there. But it's supposed to be tight. You don't want this, you know, flapping around or anything like that. Flip that up. Flip this back over. Do we have any magnets over here? I don't think we do. Yeah, no magnets on this side. So it looks like they are just on the two flaps here. Then you seal it on up like that, and there you go. There's your nice little mini commander hotel of a deck box. So, oh, I did notice a tiny bit of a double stitch there, but not a huge deal. What do I think of this? This product, to me, looks pretty darn good. It's got excellent capacity. We saw it there, single-sleeved cards. I was able to fit 130 in each, and I still had room for a few more. I could probably max out at like 135 or so, and again, that's single-sleeve. So if you're doing double-sleeved, I would say you could fit 100 double-sleeved commander cards in each of these just fine. And then, of course, you've still got your commander windows, which build quality is good. I'm not seeing any sort of issues with this at all. I think this is actually a very solid product. Like I said, it's not cheap, though. I will put an affiliate link down in the description so you all can actually see what's going on there as far as pricing. But yeah, if you're a commander player, or if you're just a player that likes to travel around with a lot of different, you know, Pokemon decks or Yu-Gi-Oh decks or whatnot, this is going to do it for you. This is actually really, really good. It's well put together, well made. I see no problems with it. This definitely gets a recommendation from me. So Ryshe Pro, I guess, is that how you say it? Or Ryshe? Don't really know how to say it, but yeah, you did a good job on this one, guys. I can totally recommend this product. It's very, very good, well made. Should hopefully last you for a number of years. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the video, all that other good YouTuber stuff, and we're going to see you next time.